Alright guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you so much for always liking, for sharing, subscribing, telling your friends about what to do right here at Gusto TV. Yes, Lala is not looking at me right now today. I mean, but we are here and Lala Daddy is back again. Now, we're back for the part 2 of this particular very interesting, intriguing episode, the finale. Before the finale, because I mean, if you go drop again now, you go talk another one again.
You want to talk? I go talk. You don't matter.
All right, welcome Lala. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man.
So yeah, in the first episode of this particular reaction episode series, we talked about Davido, Burna Boy, Wizkid, the rivalry triangle, the whole beef. Davido talking about how he respected Burna Boy, Wiz and Burna ganging up against him allegedly. You get, and that it won't work and everything. And before we left off on that particular episode, I was asking you, what exactly do you see in this whole thing? Does it mean that everyone that is for Wizkid is automatically, you don't have it's an unseen rule that if you're for Wizkid, then you cannot be you are against Davido. If you are for Davido, then you are against Wizkid.
Well, from the statements Davido made,
yes,
that's what it looks like. But then he shouldn't see it like that. He shouldn't see it that way at all. I think Davido himself is kind of personality. He likes loyal people. He likes people who are loyal to him. That's why all these other several PAs that are with him, they show him loyalty and he rewards them for their loyalty.
Very well.
I think he likes that kind of thing, being loyal. But it will be wrong for him to now feel because two of his perceived enemies are hanging out because of him. That's the wrong way to think. You can blame all this rivalry talk and all this beef that is going on for him thinking like that, because right now he might be paranoid and be thinking, are these people, do they really want to? Because I was shocked when he came out his mouth. Ebuka didn't ask him, does he think it's a 2 on the 1? But he himself just came out like, if they want to gag up on me. And I think at that point in this interview, we started to see the real Davido. How would I put it? It was, what is that word when you're not safe around a certain situation?
Yeah, is insecure.
We're now coming out out in the open. Like at the start of the interview, you couldn't tell. Like he was chilled. He was thinking. I mean, he was a lovable character in the whole interview from beginning.
But was he really insecure?
Of course he is. When it comes to this discussion with
Davido and with Wiz and Burna Boy, he feels people are working against him. That's what he feels. But he's successful already. Why would he think that?
It will pain him now. Like from the first episode when we talked about things that are happening in the industry. People on Beyonce's album, I'm not there. I tried to do some with
Wizkid, the tour and everything.
It didn't work out. When all of a sudden, I congratulated Burna and I ended up being the bad guy. Burna is dissing me, dissing my pops and everything. And now, the two people that I may have had, I have issues on historically, now hanging out together, doing a song together. And I've not been able to do song. He has not been able to even do a song with David. In the recent years, he has not been able to do a song with
Burna and with Wiz.
And Wizkid.
Yeah, he's done a song with Burna before 2011, but never with Wizkid.
And all of a sudden, like someone you're supposed to be cool with, both of them are hanging out and doing, like it was so easy for them to hang out and do a song.
Okay, instantly. so Lala, do you see Naira Marley hanging out with Wizkid? Is Davido going to consider Naira Marley or is Latan hanging with Wizkid as not being loyal to him?
No, I don't think he's going to see.
So why is it Burna Boy thing?
Because Burna Boy is, when Ebuka asked him, who do you think is your pair right now, like someone that you see that is on your level?
Odogu.
He mentioned Burna Boy.
Yeah.
So obviously he knows that yes, this is competition right here.
Yeah.
Before it used to be Wizkid, but now it's Wizkid and
Burna Boy.
And now you see Wizkid and Burna in the studio. It looks like everything is fine between those two. Obviously, he's going to feel some type of way that what exactly am I doing wrong? Like why did you feel like he's being hated? That's what it looks like. Like he's being hated by these two. But you don't know what the case might be. I don't think he's been hated by these two for that reason, and or maybe because he's successful, and then I don't think it's just the rivalry is playing out, but it just like looks like Burna Boy and Wizkid have a good it's not
relationship,
like maybe a good working relationship together, and like they were able to hook up and do a song seamlessly without any front or anything like that. So as regards Davido saying he approached Wizkid for a tour and saying we don't know, we've only heard Davido's side, we've not heard Wizkid's side, and we don't even know if Wizkid is going to come out and say yes or no. David came out.
Yeah. So do you think Wizkid and Burna have ever discussed Davido before?
I don't think they would have.
You don't think,
I don't think
like,
they would have.
you know, while hanging out in London, they would have talked about, oh, that guy, I beg,
Yeah.
you know, that probably that dead guy, I beg, live out and
I
everything.
don't think they will call him a dead guy, but they may have touched on it, but I don't think these guys actually hang out and talk deep stuff like what exactly. The only person that's been able to talk deep stuff, Davido mentioned in an interview, said Olamide. Olamide apparently was at Davido's house. And then, from what I deduced from what he said, Olamide can't take a side. He will chill with Wizkid, he will chill with Burna,
Chill with Wizkid, yeah, with Davido.
he will chill with all of them.
Yeah.
And from that discussion, from what Davido said, he said Olamide was from what that's what I see it as. Olamide was more like taking his mind off beef. He was telling him like, look how far they've come. Like, look how almost 10 years in the game.
Yeah, not easy at all.
Like, and they've been consistent. All of these young guys come up at this almost at the same time, and see where they are right now, at the top of their games. Isn't that a reason for you to now be thankful and even just be full of gratitude that yes, you've made it so far, a decade in the game with consistency, and you're successful. So beef should not even be part of what they should be doing right now, especially the stuff. And it looks like Davido doesn't want any of this beef. It's clear he doesn't want it. So we just need to hear from
Burna and
Wizkid. But we know.
Are we ever going to hear from them?
We might hear from Wizkid, but Burna Boy, I doubt it.
How are we going to hear from Wizkid?
The guys from the Black Box interview crew, like, Ebuka can pull it off now. Ebuka can pull it off.
We'll call Wizkid and talk about Davido.
Not about Davido.
You think Wizkid will sit down?
Of course he will.
You think Wizkid will sit down to talk about a? Okay, so now here's the thing.
Yeah.
Ebuka calling Wizkid for a Black Box interview.
Yeah.
You get already Wiz knows that
It's
it is in response to Davido. So you think Wizkid will honor that kind of interview?
That kind of interview will not even come anytime soon. You
Exactly.
shouldn't even put your head to it anytime soon. But it will come. It may not be from Black Box, but I'm pretty sure an in-depth interview.
Maybe about Made in Lagos will happen,
won't
and then
be
someone is
about
going to
Made
ask
in
him
Lagos.
like.
it will be like an in-depth like we've had for Davido, but with this interview we're even able to appreciate Davido more, like his journey so far, what he had to go through, leaving school, going against his dad for 6 months.
Yeah.
He was missing.
And for a year, he was out of school for a year.
He was out of school for a year, and the time he got caught, he said, I am not going back again. He said, I'm not going back. You have to applaud his tenacity for thinking that way. Like, this music thing, Afrobeat thing, is do or die for me. I must make sure I go back to my family as a successful musician. And he did it, and you have to give him kudos for that.
And funny enough, he said that while what pushed him into music and said he's going to do this music thing, he said he came into the club and he saw people popping rose. In fact, he mentioned Wiz.
Yeah, Wizkid,
Don Jazzy,
Banky, Don Jazzy, the band.
He said they were popping. He said, I saw this music thing. Take me for this Lego.
And he was 15.
He was 15. He said, I bought my instrument and I had to just do it.
Yeah, he has to just do it. But there's so much things to just learn from that interview from Davido.
Yes,
like,
from Davido.
The can-do attitude he had from when he was young. Like, right now, in hindsight, you can think of why did you have to go against your father? Why did you have to run away from home at a young age? Blah 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 blah. At 16, you were not even listening to your parents. You were doing your thing. You didn't go to school and things like that. Those are the bad things young people should know. Don't do that. There are several ways you can go about doing your music and also getting an education, which is very important.
Yeah. Now, in that interview, Davido mentioned the fact that a big guy in the game, called him, and then he didn't even know that, Wiz was there. And then he got into the place and like, Wiz that fun now? Wiz waiting happen now? We say, Davido waiting happen now? He said, Wiz waiting happen now? Davido waiting happen now? And then nothing happen.
And like, they squashed
now. Now that's the thing. And then a month later, came back again. Do you understand?
That's how it is, man. That's how it is.
So now, the issue is, both of them seem to not know what exactly is causing this whole thing between them.
Yeah.
You get now that person
They
actually
know.
got them to feature in each other's concerts.
Yeah.
That was 2017.
But the way the
2018.
concert even came about was even somehow. Like for example, now according to what the video said, Wizkid wanted Mayor Kun on his concert.
Yes,
But Wizkid did not call Davido.
it was his bouncer.
No, wait. Wizkid did not call Davido to ask for Mayor Kun to come.
He called me directly.
Wizkid called Mayor Kun directly. And Mayor Kun is Davido's artist. If I was Davido, disrespect number one.
Yes,
You should call me first because we're supposed to be cool.
Yeah.
You didn't call me.
true.
At the end of the day, he told Mayor Kun that you're my guy, I'm not going to block your shine.
Shine, yeah, you can go.
It's a dope thing that Wizkid wants you on his concert, blah blah. It's more publicity. He allowed Mayor Kun to go. Mayor Kun went. Then Wizkid, via his bouncer, called Davido.
Man, yeah.
He sent his bouncer to go and call Davido that. I say, Wizkid say make you show.
To make it sure.
And Davido was like, you sure? Say yes, so he say when you come.
Okay.
If I was Davido, if I'm not getting a call directly from
Wizkid,
I'm not showing.
Yes.
I'm not showing.
Yeah. I mean, Davido saying that.
Yeah, it shows like Davido. Well, that's what Davido says. We have to take his account for it, unless it didn't happen the way he
Yes.
said. But that's what he said. And if it happened the way he said it, you have to give Davido kudos because
Proper
he
kudos.
put himself down at that.
A bouncer
A
calling
bouncer was
you.
one that called him and said, "Who's the same you show?" Like
You
say,
understand?
Wizkid na your guy. And we're talking when 2017. When was
If was
it not
2017, Fire was 2018.
2018.
I think it was 2018 actually.
Was
2018, yes,
2018,
2018.
Davido was
That was
not-
when Wiz had fever as well.
Yeah, and Davido came. It looks like they settled beef, and he said that was the greatest moment in
Nigerian
Afrobeat
entertainment
history.
history,
And
yeah.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree. That was fire.
And then months later, went
But
back
it
to
took
the same.
Davido to just leave out his ego for that to happen, and it seems he has done that enough times. I'm only giving kudos to that. It seems he has done it enough times. But again, we've only heard one side of the story. We don't know what.
I think he seems to be frustrated with the fact that he's the one having to be called to be the lower guy.
No, if he feels people are making him look the bad person. That's what he
Yes,
feels.
and I also
That's
think
what
that
he feels.
he's thinking people want him to actually lower. You know, he said something about, oh, I'm not going to put myself down for anybody. I'm not going to stand down.
Yeah.
I think he's gotten a lot of calls for him to stand down in a way, and in that context to say about just reduce yourself for this guy. These guys, you get.
He's not able to do that.
So for him, he's done well. According to him, he said the bouncer called him. So already he has stood down for him to go to that
Yeah,
concert.
already reduced himself like.
You get. So
it would have cost if these guys actually. It would have, well, although
exactly.
they were not cool, but it would have cost even if it's a text.
well, according to Davido,
Yeah.
now the thing is, if Davido is being told to be the stand down guy
the
all
smaller
the
guy.
time, the smaller guy all the time, you get. Do you think that it is unfair? Do you think it is fair on Davido to be seen as the bad person?
It's not. It's not actually. But then they all have a role to play and a part to play.
And do you think Burna Boy and Wizkid would ever come out to react to this all? Because Davido has said a whole lot. He
Of
has
course they
said
will
a
come out to
whole lot,
react.
and
But
that's
we-
like
but
an
we know it might go
indictment.
sideways. But he has already said there's no point going the violence route.
Is this thing going to go violent?
We can't say for sure, but we know it has the potential to, because if you know when we mentioned it and said this the Burna Boy might do something blah blah, people said that could join this Lagos. But now Davido also was thinking like that in the interview, and he was starting saying that, what do you want to do? You want to come and
Exactly. I'm not going to stand
or you
down,
want
but
to-
if you want,
and he doesn't want violence because he's got kids. He said it straight up. So I think Davido is going to do everything in his power to avoid that kind of thing.
The
He
kind of
has
thing, yeah.
stylishly told these guys, if you want to come at me with your music. If it's music, I have
say they
hits.
expect Burna Boy to go into
Yeah,
the booth
go into the
to
booth. He
record.
says if it's hits, I have hits in my cabal. That's
Yeah,
what, according
I
to
get
him,
hit for
I
Kaba.
get hits for cabal. So it'll be like say that a better time. We go
You
back,
sure for am go?
Sure for Davido, go. So kudos to them, man. They're doing big things, but based on this interview, I want them to just squash the whole thing. But for the fans, it's sport for the fans. So maybe they see.
Okay, so moving on from away, from the Davido Wizkid Burna Boy issue right now.
Yeah.
One of the things Davido also said in that interview that really got me was the fact that Guy. Ebuka asked, so how far your Son of Mercy EP? He said, no, don't talk about that EP at all.
Says he hates it.
I hate it, I don't listen to it and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I was down for like a year, and if there was one person that brought me back up in this game, I have to give it to Tekno for that particular song, If.
Wow.
Now, he mentioned Tekno, talked about the fact how Tekno actually, forced him to record that song, dragged him. Now, can we say that Tekno literally gave Davido a career again?
They're pushing him. What make Davido people come for him?
No. But that was what he even said at the interview.
No, I don't.
Or in the interview, rather.
I don't think we say give him a career again, because if didn't come,
He said he was down for a year.
Yes, he was down for a year.
Yes.
The same way he said he won't say, what's his name, Neto C was responsible for his come up in the industry. Like he won't entirely say it. You say yes because Neto C got paid for it. On If, I don't think he paid. He didn't pay Tekno, but maybe the royalties cut from
from If,
writing credits and everything.
Producing as well. Tekno produced
If. Yeah, he gave him the production credits. So yes, that was. But I don't think entirely you say he gave him a career again. Yes, it shot him up to the next level, because arguably If then came for
after those like Bushi and Son of Mercy.
You see, when we talk about hit songs on this show, and we say songs are not hits, the artists themselves, they also know when songs are not hits. And look at the songs Davido had those periods, and he had international collaborations, and he says, I didn't have a hit for a year. He said it in his own mouth. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to maybe in the future when he says, not to like that. That song, we are not going there again. But then kudos to Tekno, because I like the fact that, we've said it several times, Davido giving shout outs to his writers and everything. We hailed him for doing that. And again,
totally talked about how that song came about.
Apparently he sang when he was drunk.
He was drunk.
Imagine.
Now,
so
he said,
guys, doesn't mean you should be drinking every time. You want to do something.
No, he said Tekno did the song. I said, Davido, I get one jam for you and everything. I beg. Then again, they met at the club.
Yeah.
And he said, Davido, that he had to Tekno had to drag Davido, come, go my house.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? You're not going to record this, so just come listen to her first. And then Tekno had recorded the full song that he was ready to drop.
I would like to listen to that Tekno version.
Honestly speaking, maybe a Tekno version of If, we'd like to listen to it. But he's a good guy. If it was another guy, probably would have released his own version as well.
I think because they're cool, they're cool guys with each other.
You get? And then he recorded it. Tekno called him the next day. David, I don't say you were drunk that last night when you recorded that song, but this song is na hit. It was fun actually. It was fun. So a lot of people might actually think that Tekno, as a producer, as an artist as well, was very instrumental to Davido's backup, like Davido's come up back in the industry. Yeah. Because for a fact, Davido also admitted that he was down at that time. Yeah. Had no hit. He was chasing a hit
song. Yeah. And he had just come back. He had the EP that flopped.
Yes.
Nationwide flop. And then he now went on to say about things about Western validation, blah, blah, blah. But then that's the problem I have. Please don't say those things. It shouldn't be you to say those things, because those validations you've tried to chase as well. If someone else trying to chase validation, let them go through that phase. Let them do it. Let them want those things that you've actually achieved in the past, so that they can move on from it. Once they hit that level that they don't need again, all fine and good, but please, you should not be the one saying those kind of things.
Okay, so talking about Western validation before we end this particular episode, Davido talked about Burna Boy, and he said something about, Grammy, you say you want Grammy, Lion King and everything. Of course, we talked about the fact that he was paying about Lion King.
That's now lacking another sort of, I don't know whether it's the right word is emotional intelligence. You're saying you don't have a problem in person, but you're doing an interview saying you don't have a problem in person. But almost towards the end of the interview, anyone can interview that as the shot. So you don't have to be taking back, have I done something similar to make these guys not like me and take their gig up against me? Because I feel that it looked like a shade to Burna Boy.
That was a line
indirectly referencing Wonderful, saying you don't have to do Wonderful for you to get a Grammy
nomination. Get a Grammy nomination.
Let people do whatever style they want
to do,
whether you're not interested or not. We understand that Davido is real. He has his own style. He doesn't change his. He tried to change his sound. He has seen early that changing my sound is not going to work. It will only make me worse. That's Son of Mercy EP. He already seen that. If anyone else wants to change their sound, let them change their sound. Let them see for themselves. Don't try to play the role of a big brother or anything like that. Nah.
So is Davido still chasing the Grammy award?
Indirectly, he is, because he's making it feel like he's bigger than the Grammy. No, he's not bigger than the Grammy. You're not bigger than the Grammy. Till today, the first Nigerian that will the first Apple Pop artist that will win a
Grammy award, yeah.
in Nigeria, you know what they call Agbawu?
Yeah.
That's what the person
would have
would
like
be.
a statue, you know,
Yeah,
for him and everything.
that person would be the big don in the Nigerian pop music space. So if he indirectly feels, I know he wants it, but he just wants to put out that fund that he doesn't really care about the Grammy, he doesn't care about Western validation.
Do you think he's doing all of these things because he doesn't want the pressure of, oh, like Nice said that time, I'm gonna win. Don't doubt me, I'm gonna win a Grammy.
Burna Boy hasn't entirely come out and say he wants to win.
He wants, but we know where Burna Boy is going to.
We know where he's going to, but we also know that when he got nominated and did not win, it made him feel a type of way. Hence the song with Yusu Ondo on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yes,
it was. It was really pain. You could feel his pain from the lyrics of that song.
Yeah.
From that song.
Yeah.
So yes, every artist wants to win the highest of awards. Yes, and Grammy is one of those. Any Nigerian that pops that first, status elevated. Number one, first to do it. The same way they do first to do 1 billion streams on album.
Yeah. 1 billion streams, and of course Burna also did 1 billion streams.
But he's getting plaques from all these guys. Not be Western validation.
Straight off, guys. Sony Music gave me this thing. So finally, we said this before on Gusto Reactions, and I'm gonna put it to you again. Now, Western validation, Grammy awards, local awards, and I know a lot of artists would love to win the local awards that we have right here, the Sound City, the Headies and everything. But in terms of the Grammys, now we have these 3 guys gunning for this thing. Who exactly do you think will be the first major Afrobeat artist from Nigeria to win the Grammy? Who has like a better chance?
I don't know. Burna was close last year, and again with this Trust the Store album, it looks like this year alone, it looks like, forget any other person that's with these albums in view of the Grammy. Burna Boy still stands the most chance at the moment, because the next Grammys, Davido did not release an album in time.
Wizkid as well.
An album in time.
Yeah, so they're not qualified.
They're not qualified to
for this window.
So again, it looks like it's just Burna Boy again who's going to be repping the Nigerian flag. And if he doesn't win it, then we just have to wait for the next generation, because I don't feel a Davido or Wizkid will get in that space and win it.
So you think that if Burna Boy does not win it, Wizkid and Davido cannot win it?
I don't see.
Is Burna Boy a yardstick for these 2 guys?
It's proving to be a yardstick, because he's putting out all the stops, doing things they've not done before. Wizkid will be eyeing it, because Wizkid, we know he doesn't have that much projects in hand. He's not consistent with projects. See Burna Boy now dropped an album
last year.
In the space of 3 years, he has three projects.
3 projects, yeah.
How many of these guys have projects in 3 years? Wizkid has some.
No, David has 2 in 2 years as well.
A better
time is coming.
He says it's coming. I've been at the better time.
Okay.
So and then Wizkid is there. He has Soundman EP, but then he has a persona, Starboy. So
Starboy.
That puts him at a disadvantage when it comes to these things. But then let's see how Made in Lagos is going to be. Looks like it's going to be interesting to watch.
I mean, I keep saying finally. Sorry, our camera person. So I keep saying finally. So this time around, finally.
Finally.
Yes. Wizkid. No, Davido mentioned, in that interview that he went somewhere, someone called him and everything, and they met Wizkid there and all of those things. Now, if there's someone in this industry who would eventually bring these 3 guys together, say, you know what, guys, don't do this anymore to yourselves. Be at peace with yourselves, and of course, do this music thing for the fans. Who exactly would that be? Buhari?
Buhari?
Well,
sorry, I don't mention Buhari because they say if you don't speak English, if you can't carry who might this be? It might be one of our gatekeepers that we're trying to do a video for.
Okay.
It might be one of the gatekeepers
of this industry.
But I don't think that person has the pulling power over Burna. We know Burna is a bit stubborn with these things.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to show up. Well, even if they kind of like take him out.
They
take him out of the equation and he doesn't know about it. If he goes there and he sees those 2 guys, he probably will work out.
He'll work out. Yeah. But he wouldn't work out because of Davido. Because of Wizkid, maybe because of Davido.
I don't know.
I think Davido's father can actually do it.
Do you think he's that involved?
I think he might want to get involved.
I know Baba
if it gets violent, he will get involved.
For their sake, I hope it doesn't go violent, but yeah.
It might get violent, like you said.
Yeah, it might.
Yeah, so, and if it gets violent, then he will get involved. He wants the safety of his son.
Not only even himself. Like,
even Burna's dad will get involved as well. Everyone will get, maybe their parents actually. would be the one to actually settle it. They probably need to have like a big family meeting.
It's not
at the village square or something.
It's not a husband or fiancé and fiancé kind of fighting. So I don't think parents and parents.
But we know the fans are never going to let go of this whole
they
thing.
should just
never.
They should just make peace with themselves.
They are never going to let go. The fans are Davido has said the fans they are like a major factor. Exactly.
It's like I always say, the earlier you make peace with yourself that this thing is normal. People will always compare. Your fans will always say you are the greatest over another person. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't go and tell each fans. They will do what they have to do. And that's what the thing be, right? Make peace with yourself, man. And that's it.
It is well.
But yeah, shout out to Davido, shout out to Ebuka, shout out to Black Box.
Shout out to Wiz and of course Davido and Burna Boy, Ebuka, right? Everyone doing, great. I mean, taking the Nigerian flag out there to the world. Thank you so much for watching It's Been Gusto Reactions. We love you. Please keep liking, subscribing, sharing, telling your friends about what to do right there at Gusto TV. We love you. And of course, let us know what you think. I mean, it's a long discussion. Yeah. We've done part 1, part 2, even part 2 is like
part 3 might even come.
Part 3 might even come. Yes. There's a whole lot about this whole Davido, Wizkid and Burna Boy, the triangle, a triangular rivalry among these 3, greatest right now at the moment, the 3 major faces of Afrobeat from Nigeria to the world. Guys, let us know what you think, and of course we'll write it to reply to every one of you. We'll see you on the next one. For now, Lala right here has been super amazing, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.